Hey folks, David Brody here for All Israel News. Let's talk a little bit about this Congressman Marlin Stutzman resolution, basically curtailing a lot of this money that goes to Israel. Now, to be clear, we're talking about the financial aspect of this. In other words, no hard-earned dollars going to Israel, but there would, of course, be a partnership and there would be money exchanging hands, if you will, just based on the partnership's overall protocol. We don't have all of the details, but it would be some sort of, defense and trade and those type of partnership aspects to it. Look, I'm skeptical on a couple of different reasons here in terms of whether or not this is even going to go forward. First of all, there is going to be some sort of new memorandum, of understanding between Israel and the Trump administration regarding funds to Israel. I think Benjamin Netanyahu is playing this smart here. He understands that that's what he should say and needs to say, and basically telling America, we don't need the money, which is maybe a good PR aspect of all of this. But I think ultimately, I think Israel's probably going to get some cash, if you will. I mean, I don't see the numbers in Congress. I think there are a lot of Republicans that are actually not for this, even though Bibi might be for it, at least publicly. I think there are a lot of Republicans that don't want to do this. In other words, they want the money to continue to Israel. So I think there's going to be a lot of pushback on this. I understand the Trump administration would start to construct a new memorandum of understanding with Israel, but I think there's going to be some blowback. So I'm not even convinced this is actually going to happen. We'll see. And by the way, Congressman Stutzman's resolution is a non-binding resolution, meaning it has no authority behind it. It's just more kind of a show vote, if you will. So that's one thing. A couple things to think about how we got to this point. The populism angle is huge, right? President Trump coming along as a populist president, and we've heard about USAID and all of the foreign aid money that's going out around the country, which, by the way, is a very tiny percent of the United States budget. It's like 1% in terms of the international affairs budget. But Israel's getting caught up in a lot of that. And so I think that's part of what's going on here. And let's be honest, if we could, for a moment. I think the big second part of this, and it's something that I talked to Congressman Stutzman about, which is the anti-Israel view here. Look, I think there's a lot of folks that think, in a way, and I'm not saying that Congressman Stutzman's trying to appease Israel or anything like that, appease the anti-Israel crowd. But I do think there's part of this that says, hey, look, if Israel says we don't need your money, tells America we don't need your money, then a lot of folks might think at that point that are anti-Israel, oh, good, we'll just back off now. Because, Tucker Carlson has been saying all a long time, he doesn't have a problem with Israel, he says. He has a problem with the fact that American taxpayer dollars are going to Israel. But I got news for you, and I got news for Tucker. There's no way, there's absolutely no way that just because there might not be cash in the future going to Israel, you think Tucker Carlson's criticism of Israel is going to stop because of that? Absolutely not. They'll find something else. There'll be something in the trade agreement, the defense agreement, something financial or otherwise to say that Israel is the devil, in essence. This idea that Tucker Carlson and the anti-Israel and many in the anti-Semitic crowd think this is just all about money, it's not.They'll find, as Congressman Stutzman said to me in the interview, the anti-Israel, anti-Semitic conspiratorial crowd will find something to come against Israel for, even if this money dries up. So as much as this might be, there might be some idea here that if Israel doesn't take the money, that some of the anti-Israel and some of the anti-Semitic views will stop. I don't think that's going to happen at all. As a matter of fact, I know it won't happen. So just a few analysis points here from Washington. David Brody for All Israel News.